All right, let's do cast shadows with primitives. Probably the easiest to do is the sphere, because a sphere, if we think about projecting the shadow down, is just taking that foreshortened circle and projecting that down to the ground. Right, so if our shape is here, sorry, this is assuming a top left lighting, means our shading is happening on this side of it mostly, right? And then our cast shadow here on the ground, usually a little darker, closer to the object and kind of fading off. And part of the deal with cast shadows are, if the ground isn't perfect, the shadow isn't going to be perfect either. So you can kind of fudge it a little bit just by having it work in the right direction, even if it's not 100% constructed perfectly. Close enough is good enough. If it looks right, that's fine. All right, so let's do a cylinder here. Similar kind of idea. Here, we're basically projecting our top of our cylinder over, calculating that, and then we're coming off the tangent points here to bring that across. So again, opposite side, trying to play up that contour a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a strong silhouette line. And then again on the ground, a little darker, closer to the object, and then fading out. And then let's do a cube. Foreshorten square, drop the verticals. Move that up a little bit. Somewhere in there's the cube. All right, so this is going to be our shadow side. Help cover up my extra sketch lines. And then the second darkest side would be this side, and then just a little bit of shading up on top. The directions of the shading, like so. And then if we project off of here, right, we could do all the angles, but we're coming across. All we really need to project off are these points and this one, right? So bring that over. Here's the top. It's nice to bring that behind the box, and again, dark is closest to the object and fading as it gets away. Dark line like that, not quite as helpful. But still, it gives you the right idea in terms of the direction of the shadows and shapes. And again, as long as it's mostly in that direction, it'll work okay. Could do here we'll do a real quick, just do a blob thing. All right. Who knows what kind of shape this is, right? Make it something kind of organic and whatnot. And then, all right, as long as, let's get that up there. As long as it's sort of in the right direction. Sorry, this is floating and having that be a cast shadow. So here we'll make it a treetop maybe. All right, so then the tree out from there. Anyway, like I say, as long as it's roughly communicating that same direction, the constructions don't really have to be perfect, but generally you're taking that top shape, projecting it down, and then connecting it somewhere back to the base in the direction that you want the shadow to be going. All right, hope that helps.